Hey, 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 hey. It's not Fat Albert. It's just me. It's just Will. Please subscribe, comment, and share. Since apparently, for some unbeknownst reason, uh, my YouTube channel has been shadow banned. So only people that have subscribed can actually see it. So we need to get people out and subscribing to youtube.com/C/creators outlet. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for all notifications, and in the description, either above or below, depending on where you're watching us tonight, you can, at the very bottom, that's right, scrolling, find my Linktree link. So if you know the Linktree link, all you got to do is put in Creators Outlet, and you can find everywhere I am. You can see all of where Shawnzilla is on the bottom banner. Myself, you can find me on Joker Fan 1969 on Instagram, on Facebook, at Joker Fan on Twitter, right here on YouTube. You can also follow Creators Outlet anywhere you can download a free podcast. Every Wednesday, we do that with the interview show, actually called Creators Outlet. And Shawn is getting here and getting set up. And right now, we'll just have a word from our sponsor. Don't forget, you can still get Mavericks Origins Volume 1 on Indiegogo in demand. Check out the trailer.
War is a topic of vital importance, a subject of inquiry that cannot be ignored. It is a matter of life and death. It can be a road to safety or to ruin.
In an alternate version of our world, brought to the brink of total collapse, rival nations fight for global domination, and elite pilots in futuristic combat suits wage war on the battlefield of tomorrow. Now, 6 brave soldiers on a seemingly routine rescue mission will encounter more than they bargained for and uncover a dangerous secret that could change their world if they live long enough to see it. Mavericks Origins Volume 1.
Now on Indiegogo.
Yo.
Mahalo. Oh, shit. Might have to put this on the right side facing camera.
Oh, now we see 2 of you. That's just creepy. That must have been the twin brother that just goes around murdering people.
Oh, shit. I need to... Dude, I have none of my shit together today, apparently.
Well, why be different?
Oh, the slow blade penetrates the shield.
I'm afraid the ice cream machine will be quite operational. Non-operational. I screwed up the line. We'll try it again later. So Sloth is here saying, "Hey, what's up?" That's your number one fan there.
What is up?
Apparently, much like my teenage daughter, she changes her name.
It happens.
It's
I
a
mean,
thing. I
I
have
go
enough
with the
trouble
class-
learning one name.
I go with the classic of, you
Hey,
know,
you.
yeah, yeah.
So, my girlfriend has been helping me get rid of my collectibles. Uh,
You know they do that if you're not careful.
yeah, but like I wanted to trim down, and it's like I got too much stuff. I can't display anything as it is right now.
Yeah, I get that.
So I had a deal with a scumbag toy dealer who,
Uh,
when he saw a bunch of other stuff that I had, decided he didn't want 80% of the stuff that he agreed to buy for $400 off me.
is this the guy with the with the Elway and shit?
Yeah,
Yeah, fucking
the
assholes.
the guy that wanted a nearly $500 Toonami collectible for $250.
Yeah, that's the Herculoids
Yeah,
set, right?
yep. So all that crap's still sitting in the box. I've got a few GameCube games, a bunch of PS2 and PS3 games,
Well, it goes
and probably some
stuff I asked.
and
It
probably
goes
some,
without saying. Stuff I asked you about. If someone's got money in hand, man, go with that, dude, because
no.
it might be a minute.
So far, one guy that I put it up on his private group, which is just like for plastic stuff.
Mhm.
About 3 days after I put it up, he's like, he saw that I had the Walgreens exclusive Agent Venom figure. He's like, "What are you asking for this?" And I'm like, $40 shipped. He's like, "Okay, can you hold it for me?" And somebody else offers you money, I'm just gonna sell it, because it's like, can you hold it for me? Will I show off the other $5,000 worth of toys I just purchased this week?
Yeah,
Right before I tell you, no, I changed my mind. I'm all set.
yeah.
I bought a custom. I bought a custom Venom instead.
That's clown shoes, man. I hate when people do that shit.
Yeah. And then another page kicked me off because I didn't read the instructions beforehand, where you're not allowed to say, if anybody's interested in any of these, just DM me. Well, that's not allowed. Well, because usually that's the
Usually,
scummy
that's
toy.
what they want.
Well, no, that's usually the scummy toy dealers that are doing that, and comic dealers. So like, DM me for price usually means I'm gonna feel you out, and then I'm gonna fuck you like you were in the prison shower.
Nice.
So we've been going through and finding a bunch of stuff, and I found a Michael Turner Supergirl #1 to go with that Michael Turner Supergirl promo poster.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Other Supergirl stuff I'm keeping, because about a year into the run, they turned around and said, "Hey, with the whole feminist thing going on, we're going to turn around, and since we've already wiped Superboy off the face of the board and blown up Superboy Prime, we're going to change the whole history of the Legion, where it was Supergirl and the Legion of Heroes." So I push that to the back of my mind. I go, oh, cool. New Legion of Superheroes to read. But I emptied a couple of boxes, a couple of short boxes. And this is what I came up with. First appearance of Catwoman.
No.
Okay, first appearance of Silver Age Catwoman.
That's still
And yes,
Selena Kyle?
It's still Selena Kyle. And yes, it's in Lois Lane. Except what they didn't tell you is it's a 2-part story. And it continues in this issue. So this is the second appearance. And then, when I didn't think I had it, it's the actual first appearance of Miss Marvel, and it happened in Avenging Spider-Man.
Oh, nice.
When she went from War Machine into the Miss Marvel the new Miss Marvel costume. And yes, that too is a 2-part story. This is just a random Spider-Man book I saw on a wall of the Rubber Chicken comics in Bellingham, Mass. And it was an Amazing Spider-Man 143. It was a 25-cent cover price. And I just remember buying this off the rack. So this is just nostalgia for me. That is his first and only appearance. A Marvel Spotlight. Star-Lord. Somebody goes, it's the first appearance of Star-Lord. No, the first appearance of Star-Lord was in Premiere Marvel Magazine. This is, I think, the first appearance of Star-Lord in an actual comic book. Looks nothing like the dude in the movies.
No, of course not. Speaking of, what did you see any of the Guardians stuff from San Diego?
I was in the middle of watching a bunch of the trailers. I watched the new final Andor trailer, who of course has to one up Obi-Wan, since Obi-Wan was a 2-episode premiere. Andor will be a 3-episode premiere.
Andor is also going to be, 12 episodes in the season?
Yep. And
not really sure why.
Because we have to do better. Yeah, the first thing you can do is walk away, have George buy his franchise back, and get rid of Kathleen Kennedy. That would just be a starting block.
And I was thinking about Kathleen Kennedy the other day, and then I wiped.
Were you?
No, but
I was going to say, were you taking a dump?
Yeah, right near my Fiat. But she really started off really well, man. I mean, she's been with Lucasfilm forever, so it's like, damn, man.
I think what it is she started off listening to her boss, and then Disney put the Disney money down because if we can't compete with you, we'll buy you out. And she was like, ooh, these scumbags think like me. I've got it made. Even if he wants them to fire me because he's just a consultant on his own IP now, they won't let him.
Well, I think that there will be a way around her eventually. And it's probably going to be Dave and John that do it.
Well, we'll see. I don't have much faith in them nowadays either, so.
Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau?
Yeah.
What the hell happened there?
They're on board with all the woke crap. I don't trust anything coming out of, Disney, the home of groomers. So, oops, channel just got a strike. I'm never going to be monetized, so I don't care. Found out that the channel is actually shadow banned.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it's shadow banned because in the tags, because I talked to a lot of Comicsgate creators, that's in the tag. Apparently, if you have Comicsgate in any form in your tag, YouTube will shadow ban you.
Mm-hmm.
Found a couple of old World's Finest. This one I snagged just because it's a cool Joker cover, where apparently he's spraying kryptonite on Superman.
Nice. Love that Joker.
Another one where apparently Batman and Superman are making Jimmy Olsen and Robin dig their own graves. Well, about time.
Well, cutbacks.
Yeah. Brave and the Bold with Black Canary, co-starring Joker. And then I got I came across some very key X-Men books. 142. This issue, Everybody Must Die with the Sentinels.
Oh, I have that.
Days of Future Past.
That's probably not in the shape as yours, but
And 132, where the Hellfire Club invades the mansion.
That seemed like a good idea at the time.
No, it was Sebastian Shaw, and they've got everybody beat up at the time.
I have a great swallow. Anyone coming to that school looking for trouble?
And then 133, where Wolverine jumps into the Hellfire Club and beats the crap out of all their guards and army or whatever they were.
I remember seeing that when I was a kid. Just the artwork from it.
Oh yeah.
I think I saw some of it in like Wolverine Saga. I traded like 18 Marvel cards for 2 Wolverine Saga books.
Oh, cool.
And I think I came out ahead on that.
Then I found X-Men 44 featuring the Angel and the first non-Golden Age appearance of the Red Raven, and only.
Oh, wow.
And then
Todd would shit himself over that.
Oh yeah, a copy of X-Men 28, which is the first appearance of Banshee. I showed some of these off when I first got them, and I had a couple friends who goes, "Hey, if you want to get rid of that X-Men 28, just let me know." I go, "When you want to let loose your wallet and pay me actual cash for it, you let me know, because then I'll just save that money and buy a better copy." I have a really beautiful copy right here of Green Lantern, Green Arrow, number 116. It's the first appearance of Guy Gardner as a Green Lantern.
Oh, wow.
So I have Guy Gardner's first appearance, which was apparently just the dream sequence. And then I have his actual first appearance as a Green Lantern. But I had this book as a kid. I didn't know what it was. I just knew it was cool.
I mean, that's kind of how we all were with our books, right?
Yeah. Then rolled them up in our back pocket, got on our bikes, and ran to the dunes.
Look, yeah.
I got a great copy of Batman 357, which is the first cameo of Jason Todd, and The first appearance of oh damn, Killer Croc. The Wayland version of Killer Croc. I guess there's like been a couple of them now. So. And the first 457, the first appearance of Jason Todd in action. Sadly, I've got multiple copies of this book, and none of them are the one that's worth any money. Apparently, they've decided the only comics worth money anymore are the newsstand editions. Because they're rarer to find in good condition. The way everybody handles them, and little kids in the market, and it's like, could you show me a market that actually has comic books anymore?
I saw some at a Kroger store here lately, and I almost crapped myself. I was like, how the hell do they still have comics?
I don't have a Kroger's.
Well, I know, because
they tried to move up here, and then they got shot down because they tried to buy. They tried to buy one of our chains, one of the chains of stores up here, and then federal judge came in and said, no, can't do that. And
You're not really
missing it. Nice Marvel team up with Spider-Man and Daredevil, tied for the first appearance of the black costume in a regular Marvel title, not Secret Wars. And then I've got Amazing Spider-Man 252, the other first appearance of the costume, since they both came. This one was late, I think, and Marvel Tales came out the same week as this or something, so they tied it for the first appearance. But this is the cherry on top. So, then I got one of these. Have you seen one of these?
Oh yeah, I've heard of that book. I don't think I remember hearing anything like good about it. I think that's trash. You should just send that to me. I'll go ahead and get rid of it.
You want this one? Or do you want this one? Or do you want the one that's in my full set of Secret Wars? You're a dick, I know.
Nobody likes an asshole.
Yeah. They got a nice old detective here. A 12 center.
Oh, nice.
And this is one of the Batman dollar issues, the detective dollar issues that are like if you get it in bad shape now, and it's all reprints. But at the time, Detective was only a bi-monthly book because it wasn't selling as good as Batman. So they started putting like multiple like reprint stories in like 100-page book. I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
And then came across, because you demanded it, the Return of Catwoman. Is this her last caper? I don't think so. Shadow of the Cat, and it's her in the classic costume, which of course I love better than the other ones that came afterwards.
Oh yeah. I don't know, man. I really like the Jim Ballant costume.
I like the Jim Ballant costume, but I like this one more because it shows leg.
Right, kid. Will's a leg man.
Well, they go to that special place. The wallet. I also found a copy of Daredevil 9, which is the first appearance of Halo or whatever her name is. The mute Indian girl.
Echo?
Echo, that's the one.
Yeah, that's gonna. Dude, I honestly think that series is gonna be good, and
that's so. She first appeared in the Hawkeye thing, and they tied the Kingpin thing into it, but they wouldn't tie the Matt Murdock thing into it because they didn't have the licensing back. And now that they have the licensing back, they're going to pretend that the last season of the actual Netflix Daredevil show never happened, and wipe the slate clean and start with him waking up in the bed, with the nun next to him. Because they're doing Born. Yeah, the nun is actually his mother, but he doesn't know
that. Yeah. Born Again. See, I was talking with Dominic about it, and he's like, "Oh man, it's a Frank Miller story." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't know if Disney's going to do that story though, because I mean, I'm sure they're going to take some licensing with it."
They're going to change. They're going to change everything. You know how Namor sells shrimp at the bottom of the ocean now.
I don't think that they've set Karen up very well to go through that storyline.
Nope.
I mean, but that's on Netflix, dude, because she doesn't come across like the heroin addict porn star.
No, that was like, well, we don't want to go there. Oh no, but you'll bring Bethanol in as the Punisher and wipe out like thousands of criminals in the Hell's Kitchen area of New York, so that's okay.
Yeah, because violence is okay, sex isn't. Didn't you know?
Apparently, only Alphabet Army sex is allowed.
Mm-hmm. I know from dealing with parents here at a movie theater I managed and a video store I managed. They don't care about graphic violence and torture porn. They just care about boobs. God forbid your kids see some boobs.
Did you tell them about the internet?
Right. Well, this was a while back. Kid's dad comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, man, are these okay for him?" And I'm like, "I don't know. That's between you and your pastor." And it's Saw 4 and Good Luck Chuck. And I was like, well, one of them has a bunch of torture in it, and the other one has Dane Cook. So, go with God. Well, what do you mean, torture? And I was like, people getting hacked up and shit, man. Yeah. But this one's got a lot of random boobs in it. So they made him put out the Dane Cook movie, which is probably a good thing. Nobody should be forced to watch that.
Right. Found a whole bunch more Star Wars books. Yay. So I watched the trailer for the Stallone movie that's coming to Amazon Prime there, The Sentry.
Oh, I don't know anything about this.
Oh yeah. Picture Hancock, but this time the hero isn't a loser alcoholic that gets up and slaps dudes when his wife gives him a dirty look. This time, I guess he fakes his own death because they think he's been dead for 25 years or something. And he disappears into the shadows and ends up taking a lonely job as a garbage truck man. So he just, he's a trash collector for the city. But one day, this Diary of a Wimpy Kid is getting tarred and feathered by the local hoodlums from his school in the parking lot of where he lives. And I mean, they're giving him a major beat down, like he was actually racist instead of, not wanting to give his wallet to the kid and, being labeled a racist on Twitter. So Stallone grabs two of the kids and flings them. One of them breaks the window of the car he hit, the windshield, and the other one gets smashed through something. And he just looks at him and goes, "Are we done here?" And then picks up his lunch and walks into his building.
That sounds cool.
And then it shows, a bunch of action things and a bunch of comedic things with, the kid talking to, I guess, his counselor at school. And he's like, "So you think you live across the street from a superhero?" "Yeah." "You ever thought about seeing a psychiatrist?" "Well, how else can you throw the kids like that?" He goes, "He's a grown man. You all weigh like 70 pounds. Passing through to hit the like button. Thank you, Pale Rider."
Thank you.
Da-ding. So I was a little bummed out. I got my package in from Mike Jimmy.
Is that what came in?
The thing you saw with first time in 10 years I got damaged books. Yep.
Yeah.
So RJ and I figured out that what had happened is the post office ripped it open to inspect it to see if it was actually media mail, and it came under, and it could be classified under as such. Because they say comic books are a no. Pale Rider says, "Personally, I have no problem with smacking kids around. Now, if we could just convince the parents, maybe walking around. I mean, not just randomly smacking your kids, but, when they screw up. Give them a little smack and be like, 'What's wrong with you?' You don't do that."
I haven't had to smack mine. Raised mine right to begin with.
Yeah, lucky you.
Yeah, which was hard because, they also encountered their mom.
Well, my problem is my daughter was being raised right because I raised her from the age of 2 up until about a year before I got out of rehab, when her mother showed up after abandoning her for a year. But, that's never part of the conversation.
No.
And now, if it comes up, it's going to probably come up to this weekend where it's going to be like another 4 weeks before I've seen her again. So I called the courthouse, found out what I'd have to do. First thing I got to do is wait for my my new Social Security statement to show up because I make not enough money to live on. So I'm living well under the poverty level. So I have to bring that in, and when I bring that in, they'll waive like all the fees and probably award me a lawyer. And then before, the liberal judge can say anything about, I'm not talking about when we were locked down with COVID. I'm talking about just this year. Where the only plague has been Joe Biden. So but yeah, so Mike's going to ship those books back out. I should have known because it didn't have a Life on Cora bag around it. So they should have included they should have printed out like a picture of what it looked like when they supposedly got it. When they claim it was damaged.
I'm about to file a claim with the post office too. I sent that Morticia Adams original out, and it got bent up pretty bad. And I shipped my stuff pretty hefty.
Yeah, I've gotten your stuff.
Yeah. I ain't happy because that's a really good chick that bought that from me. And I just don't like my stuff getting all beat up when it goes out.
Yeah, I had a couple prints come through like that too, and then I started buying them. I started buying the prints I was going to buy from somebody else, and paid the extra money to have them put the prints in the top loaders before they shipped them.
I'm about to change the way I do prints because I'm shipping prints and originals out in the same way, and it's costing me a little bit of money because I'm shipping them in like a 12 by 18 box with the air pillow bubble wrap and stuff like that. And I'd rather ship originals that way, but not prints. I mean, if you're getting a bunch of prints, that's one thing, but
I think most people will be happy. I know Steven's customers are all happy enough to pay the extra charge for the hard end top loaders, like the ones that I showed you I've got that I put your piece in.
Yeah. Those are nice. Where do you end up getting those? You get those from Amazon or?
No. I usually buy them from another dealer. Those that I showed you, I got from him. I just like ordered extras.
Mm-hmm.
Pale Rider says he tubes prints and originals get the good packaging. Yeah, my problem was I got like 3 really nice prints and they got tubed, and I basically had to lay them out on a table with weights on either end to get them to flatten out enough to get them into like a top loader. So I'm like, if I'm going to buy the top loaders anyhow, I might as well buy them off of them and have them after the SIGs are dried on them, put them in the top loaders and ship them to me that way. Plus, they do the same kind of bubble pillow and bubble wrap around them too. So I'm like, nothing's going to happen to these things in the top loaders. I can grab a couple of places to check prices from. One of the things is just on the Linsner Love page, just tag Joe and Christina in a post asking them who they buy their art supply, their top loaders, and products like that from. They've named a company, and I actually met the company, and they have great prices, and they have a lot of stuff that other companies don't have.
Mm.
They have the regular top loaders for comics, prints, posters. They have the clamshell ones, which I'm not as fond of because they can like collapse in. The other ones are like, more sturdy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't like to have to, backwards roll out my prints and, set them on a sill with stacks of books on either end, hoping it doesn't rain in that window.
Yeah, that doesn't sound appealing.
But yeah, I was finding, a bunch of good books, and I've got to have like a dozen different size cardboard boxes full of books ready to sell. And there's a bunch of minor and middling keys in there, and I've got a ton of keys in my Star Wars Dark Horse boxes, which is now a long box and a short box because I just found like another fat stack of them too. I'm down to one Dr. Aphra first appearance.
Do I have that? What book is that?
Darth Vader something.
I know I've got Vader 1. If I'm not mistaken, I think I even have a sketch cover of Vader 1.
Oh yeah, because you got the
Chrysanthemum.
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah, it's like, can't you just name somebody like a normal name like Han? Oh wait, he's dead. Never mind. It's all part of the Harrison Ford ploy that I will come back and do all these movies I made great, but you have to kill me in each one so I never have to come back and do them again.
Each one.
Dr. Aphra first appearance is Darth Vader number 3. Is the first appearance of Dr. Aphra and her evil protocol droid and her evil R5D4. I guess there's like a third print that's worth a crap ton of money. There's one that's there's one that's got like, it's the same cover because everything's digital, but they made the back like, you know, a reddish orange hue. Let me see, I'll bring it up. Here we are. Oh. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see. I think the last time I shipped a stretched canvas 18 by 22, it cost me almost $30 to ship. Ouch.
Now, when you ship a strip, I mean, you don't roll it when you ship it? Or I don't know. I mean, I've only done that a couple of times, and I shipped them flat. But everybody kind of was like, "Why are you shipping it flat? You know, you can just take it off the."
Nothing happens to it.
Well, they're saying you could just roll it, and I'm like, that seems kind of shitty to do like a nice big stretched canvas piece for somebody, and then just kind of pull it off its framing.
All right, here we go. So that's Dr. Aphra's first appearance, Darth Vader number 3.
Okay, yeah, I don't have that.
That's the orangey one, and there's the one that I have, except mine's not graded a 9.8. Mine's not graded at all because I have this beef with grading companies because no two people grade the exact same way, no matter what your outline of grading is. And it's not like we all don't know that CGC and CBCS will give you a higher grade if you pay them extra to press and clean your book before grading.
Oh, for sure.
But
hey, what are you thinking of this background, by the way?
Let me dump the key book and blow this one up. What's going on the far sides? They're just skyscrapers?
Yeah, skyscrapers back here, and then the one that he's up against. I'm debating about whether or not to make these windows here, but then I have to put like a reflection of shit in them. So I don't really want to do that.
What are you going to do for detail on the buildings, though? Because I know how much you love to draw lines on buildings. It's like, fuck you.
Your sarcasm stance is strong, man.
Now, if I wasn't so fat, I would have ordered a T-shirt. I saw while I was scrolling the fake book earlier. It was a spoof on National Geographic. You know, even down to like the small rectangular upright logo.
Mm-hmm.
Except instead of National Geographic Society, it was National Sarcastic Society.
Nice.
And, you know, followed by in small print, like, we need your support. I'm like, man, if those came in a 6X, I'd be buying like a dozen just to ship them out to friends.
I could do the windows with the reflection on it, but do the same sunset in the windows, and then just white pen the window framing.
Like the creepiness of the reflection in the windows.
Yeah.
Or you could have a plane just about to hit one of those towers. Don't tell me it's too soon.
Actually, I remember what I was going to do now. I was going to do this as just a flat wall and then have his spray painted spider thing on the back.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah.
Pale Rider says it was stretched. I filled the back with styrofoam cubes and backing board on the front and bubble wrapped it. I worked for UPS, so I'm paranoid about art getting damaged.
As well you should be.
Man, I haven't worked for UPS. I almost worked for FedEx until they told me I'd have to go and from where I lived to Boston to pass their driving school that I would have to pay them for after they kept me sitting in an office and taking tests for like 12 hours. I remember something about flipping a desk.
Yeah.
And flipping out. And the manager coming out, I go, you need to change the way you do business. He goes, well, you need to sit down and calm down. I go, calm down nothing. You wasted 12 hours of my day here. I took a day off a job that pays me real money to just for you to tell me that I have to go to Boston and pay you to go to Boston and then pay you for a driving school for like almost a month. So I'm going to get like 3 weeks employment out of it. Hell no.
Yeah, no.
Well, we're going to have to call the authorities because you flipped a table and destroyed some stuff. I whipped out 3 $100 bills, threw them at him. I go, there's your damages. You got my info, but if the cops come at me, I'm going to have your company splattered all over the news for a month. And they were never heard from again.
As well they shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm. So I guess they cut down the trailer of Andor some and like re-edited it to where the first scene is probably for us old folks. Because the first scene we remember ever seeing of Star Wars was that huge Star Destroyer flying over our heads and taking out the Carillion Corvette. This one just shows the Star Destroyer flying over like their heads on Andor. and going towards like the landing pads. Pale Rider says, "So you're a little crazy." Gotcha. Yeah, I gotta be, right?
Well, I mean, you gotta keep them guessing.
Yeah. Now, there's no guess about that. I'm freaking crazy. I'm not. Whoa! Stuff falling everywhere. I mean, I'm not suicidal. I'm not like, insane in the membrane. I'm just, a little crazy.
I mean, keep it entertaining.
Like this, a little crazy. UPS is a good job, except for the management. Well, in that case, almost nearly every job is a good job, except for the management. He'd still be there if it wasn't for 2 back surgeries. The insurance was phenomenal. Wow. Cool.
Sure. That must be nice, to have insurance. Everybody was like, get Obamacare. And I'm like, Obamacare is like $400 a month, dude.
For a single person, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the kids have Medicaid because,
Because they're kids, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna milk that system. Shit, why not? And
well, in Massachusetts, before the rotten governor, who claims to be a Republican but is actually a Democrat, and then changed states to be a congressman, set up the Mass Health Program, which was exactly what Obamacare was, except it was, by the state, which in turn, of course, made Mass Health transition to actual Obamacare. Pale Redder says the management isn't in the union, so they get paid less than the hourly workers. Makes them bitter. Man, that would make me pissed as too.
I mean, anytime management takes salary, they're technically paid less than the hourly workers.
Oh, yeah, because then they make them work like, 60, 70 hours a week to get their comeuppance.
That's like I was telling the manager at Office Depot where I do the part-time. She's like, well, I've done open to close before. I'm like, yeah, but you're also paid for that shit. I'm supposed to be a 2-3 day a week maybe guy. I ain't paid for that shit. I'm just here to honestly get a discount on printing. And I don't get my prints there anymore because I order my prints from Artist Express, man, from Antonio D.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, they're fucking killer. They're way cheaper than Office Depot's cheap ass bullshit prints. They are a nice thick ass cardstock. So I definitely got to ship them flat still, but I'm okay with that. I just, it's got to start shipping them in like some media mailers with like some masonite or some bullshit.
Right.
Or Kevlar trauma plates.
When you pick up a stack of so-so comics to flip through, and inside you find your original Batman Harley Quinn Alex Ross cover of Mad Love, you're like, well, now, isn't that special?
You had me at Alex Ross Harley cover.
All right. Got a cool Spider-Man zombie cover, which was a second printing. And I got the stupid web design of Spider-Man's head with the spiders all over him. Third printing. Superman #9, where Joker's wearing Superman's costume. Then,
what a very popular thing to do.
Yeah. And then I found a Buku Comics exclusive-ish number 64 out of 69 copies made of Fire Bitch, May the 4th Buku Comics cosplay exclusive cover be with you, of Karen Nicole wearing nothing but a little face paint, Ahsoka's headdress, and a lightsaber.
Well, Kara does know how to make a cover.
Mm-hmm. Pale Rider says the $34 an hour is down here in Louisiana, which is pretty damn good down here.
Yeah.
I'll say. Unless it's raining and then it turns out to be, a little more than rain. A bunch of Garth Ennis Shadow issues. And 2 copies of Venom #7. Because it was supposed to be a big issue, so I bought 2 copies of it. And turns out, like many things in the speculator market, only the certain cover that nobody could get their hands on was the only one worth money.
Well, you sound surprised.
Yeah, ain't that a bitch? The other thing that was cool, though, is like last year I started a short box of all like indie books and indie comics that I was back in, pretty much crowdfunder stuff for the most part, and stuff that I ordered off of websites, but like 98% crowdfunded, and that box is just about full.
One of my collectors who buys stuff from me regularly tells me the other day he's just kind of sorting through everything. He's got over 50 of my pieces.
Wow.
I'm just like, I don't even know what to say about that, man.
He's just waiting for you to die so he can make big bucks off your name.
I think that's what the kids are doing too. It's funny because I actually put it in my divorce decree from that Thunder Cunt. that
Don't mince words. How do you really feel?
shit. I put it in my divorce decree, like in my divorce papers, that she gets nothing from anything. She doesn't have any rights to anything I ever did or anything like that.
No claim to anything.
Yeah. Which I didn't think she would be smart enough to capitalize on that anyway. But
After stealing shit from you? No.
Well, no, she would steal shit. She stole like all my guns and everything, but gave them to her crackhead friends. But I didn't think she'd be smart enough to capitalize on any artwork or sell any images or anything like that. But probably better not to even try it.
Mm. Oh, I know what we haven't addressed yet today. Rest in peace, Nichelle Nichols.
Oh yeah,
Senator O'Hara passed away.
yeah.
As soon as I heard about that yesterday, I emailed a good friend of mine that I've known him since I was like 17. So, I guess that's forever.
Pretty much.
And there were like two different pieces of art I saw, and I sent one to him, and he actually him and his girlfriend have actually worked on stuff up at the Star Trek original series set tour.
Oh wow.
So, what happens is, he'll ask for volunteers when they've got like a big event going on, or when one of the series stars is coming through to do like a weekend or something, like when Shatner comes up to do a weekend, or and maybe others. He'll send out like emails asking if anybody's available to come up that weekend and help out. And usually what happens is they give him a red shirt and they station him at like various sets to make sure nobody is leaving the group and pocketing anything on the way out.
Yeah, I can't guarantee that I wouldn't pocket something on the way out. I would at least try.
I'd rather talk to the guy. He's wicked cool though. The guy that runs the place, CBS cut a deal with him because he actually rebuilt the entire Desilu lot the way it was, except instead of everything being like a separate soundstage, the entire interior of the ship that anybody ever saw is all connected and laid out the way it was supposed to, the way it would have been like on through the blueprints and everything.
Oh wow.
This guy makes his living as an Elvis impersonator. Like, goes around, plays guitar, sings for real, and tours around like 10, 15 times a year for like a week or so. And then goes back, and now he's building the Enterprise D soundstage. And I'm like, cool.
It's so weird. I mean, because I'm obviously more of a Star Wars fan than Star Trek, but
Yeah,
I don't see how anybody just can't appreciate how fucking just epic it was.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the people who are like, I just don't like Trek. How can you not?
The people that don't like Trek but like the new Trek, because the new Trek is so woke. You're like, Star Trek's always been woke. Where the hell have you been? I go, if Star Trek was so woke, then every 3 episodes, Kirk wouldn't have had to break the Prime Directive. I'm like, I was going to give the new, like, I call it Undiscovered Country because that was the worst Star Trek movie ever. and that's why what I, think of the new series, because they based how the planet Earth came together was because of January 6th riots on the 6th of January, blah, blah, blah year, when democracy died on the planet and war broke out. And then it took better people than him to bring the planet together. And I'm like, I think I just threw up a little bit in my mouth. Speaking of which, tomorrow morning I get to go back to my surgeons. Yay.
Oh, man, that just sounds like no fun at all.
Well, I'm going to go. They're going to bring me into my reserved waiting room because it's the only room set up for people in wheelchairs because there's no, medical bed in there. And
I thought it was a pen. My bad.
You'll be okay.
Yeah.
The MA will come in and take down the wrapping on my leg, wash it up. Then the doctor will come in with these long sulfur sticks that look like a lot like those old fireplace matches, and he will use them to create a chemical reaction with my skin, where he will just keep burning me and cauterizing the wound in certain places to burn down like the overgrowth of skin in places that it shouldn't be.
That just sounds amazing, but I'm going to pass.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're doing a good job selling it with the brochure, I mean, it does sound intriguing. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Dude, I feel for you, man. I hate when you're going in because it's like not one part of that sounds in any way fucking pleasant.
Well, it's a lot more pleasant than having a 16x9 opening in your leg.
Okay, so yeah, there's facts.
It's a lot smaller now.
Yeah, I'll give you that. So, what are your thoughts on the current landscape of WWE? With the McMahon era.
Well, now that McMahon is gone,
yeah,
I'm not sure, because over the weekend was the SummerSlam where WWE superstars teamed with AEW superstars in Ric Flair's last match.
Yeah.
There were a
'Cause
bunch of
just
AEW and former WWE superstars, like all had like ringside seats for that match, because I guess it was in a different building. It wasn't like at SummerSlam. It was just part of SummerSlam.
yeah, I saw that Undertaker and Mick Foley were there together.
Yeah, and next to Taker was his
Wife.
hot wife, Michelle McCool. He
Son
wasn't
of a
married to
bitch.
her when he started working at WWE. It was that Sarah person, and then that went away somehow.
Yeah.
I lost track because I quit watching. And I guess DDP was sitting behind him.
Oh yeah, and they said that DDP still steady stalking the Undertaker's wives.
And they had Tony Schiavone and what's his name, son, the lunatic supposed manager, Crockett's son, was with Schiavone calling the match. I haven't seen the whole thing because I usually wait until somebody edits it all together on YouTube and watch it. So maybe that's what I'll do later on tonight when we're done here.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little worried about Flair wrestling again, man, because that's a young man's game, dude, and
he's old as hell,
but
he's also broke as hell, which is why he said, "Can I please have one more match?"
Yeah, no, he makes,
and a lot of it was he was jealous of Steve Austin coming back to do one more match so he could go out, on top. He's like, well, I want to go out on top too.
Yeah.
Vince, before your kids put you in the retirement home, can I please do another match?
He's doing boner pill commercials now.
He was doing the car insurance thing that's not car insurance. It's like health insurance for your car.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a funny dude, but he put so much into his character that he thinks that's who he really is.
I mean, he did his best to live that way.
Yep. And that's the problem, is he still lives that way. And they'll go out to a neighborhood bar or something, and before his wife knows it, everybody's coming up behind her back and taking selfies with him and buying him drinks. But then if he sees somebody that he's friends with that he knows, not just a regular fan, he'll go up to the table and buy the whole table drinks. And you ain't got that kind of money.
No. I think he's going to leave a lot of debt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of liking this, man.
Yeah.
Figured it was time to finish it because it's already sold.
That's usually a good call,
Oh yeah, the night I posted it, I mean, it got claimed, and I was like, I don't know when I'm going to be working on this again. And she's like, it's cool. I'm completely cool with it. Just take your time, do your thing. It's actually my buddy Jennifer. I've known her for 10 years, and she's got a cousin who's really into Miles Morales.
Nice.
So, yeah. That it dawned on me that I'm like, I got cons coming up. I really need to boost what I have print wise. Get a lot of nice, Marvel and DC characters and shit out.
I found a new Crow book too.
Oh, did you?
It's like an oversized issue of the Crow that J.O. Barr himself wrote a new Crow story for.
Huh.
I'll have to find it and take a picture and send it your way.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to go to a con with my girl next month.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, wait, it's August. This month.
Hell yeah, that's great.
It's just like, it's like a VFW kind of thing, where it's, no ticket prices. It's like a $3 donation at the door. They rent tables to dealers and local artists and stuff. And I don't know if my cousin's going to set up tables because he set up tables at like their last one.
Mm-hmm.
But I asked another like local guy that I know of that does like toy sales. He works for like GameStop, and he gets his hands on a ton of pops, and he gets deals on everything because he's a store manager.
Oh, sure.
So he'll order like all the stuff that he thinks will move, and then he boxes up all the stuff that he's going to buy, has somebody else cash him out, and he's like on his way. But they just did this past weekend. They just did Terrificon.
I saw that,
and
that's what I'd like to do.
I asked him. I go, so are you guys going to do Troy City Comic Con? Troy City is like, no. Why would I? I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Is that above you? He got a little pissy with me. I'm like, whatever, dude. I mean, I was only asking for the fact that I'm going to be there, and I was going to talk to him about donating a bunch of stuff to a charity that he's involved with, like all like those small like little toys that they fit inside like the Loot Crate boxes.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, apparently I have an entire like 20-gallon bin full of them.
Oh wow.
And I was just gonna, be like, well, let's make arrangements for you to come by and take this bin off my hands.
But then he decided to be a dick.
But then he was just like, I go, and I figured maybe by saying Troy City, he didn't know what I meant. I'm like, no, Troy City Comic Con is like a one-day thing, not far from me. And he's like, no. It's like, ugh. And I'm like, oh, okay. I hate it when people that I don't know mention me. They're like,
I hate it when people do that everyone thing. Like they come in everyone, and you get a message that says, "Oh, so and so mentions you in a comment," and I'm like, "Oh, is it something I'm selling? You know, is it a piece of art that I've done that they're like, yeah, let me get that." No,
and then you click on it and you roll down, and it's like at everyone, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna stop doing that for my podcast stuff and just be like, see if it works on Twitter, and then like share the YouTube link for Creators Outlet and at everyone.
Mm-hmm.
No, this dude just request your claim sale. So he's, let's see, Young Avengers #1 is like a major key for I don't know why.
No, because it looks like that's what they're setting up for in the MCU.
Yeah. They're setting up that. They're setting up the new Avengers from 2005. They're also setting up A-Force, the complete women's Avengers team. And I'm like, yeah, okay. What are you going to do when, there's a bunch of spiders in Avengers Mansion? He's got the original Vengeance of Bane listed up for like, $95. I've got one of them. Chuck Dixon was making a joke the other day when somebody took a picture of their Vengeance of Bane and tagged him, and he goes, "Look," tagged him and Graham Nolan in it, and goes, "Wow, guys, look what I found." And Chuck was like, "Congratulations, I think you have the only copy of Batman Vengeance of Bane not signed by both myself and Graham Nolan."
Well, somebody out there has got my copy of it.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't have one signed though.
Me neither. I've got both. Vengeance of Bane 1 and 2. Oh, he's got a Transformers #1 from the Forrester miniseries from Marvel. Batman Superman Annual 4, which I guess this is supposed to be the first appearance of Batman Beyond in comics. It's got him in the future Superman where he's wearing his costume is like, a one-piece body glove with, white highlights and a black costume.
Mm.
The Punisher War Journal #3 with guest starring Wolverine. Remember when everything was doing crappy in sales? They would just guest star Wolverine and everything for a while. Then it was Punisher, and then Deadpool. And now I think they just put Deadpool in stuff that they want to fail because he's in everything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Captain America 25. Who is the new Captain America? We already know. He already quit. Oh, first pot of Rise of the Midnight Suns, Ghost Rider 29.
I heard that.
Wrath of the First Green Lantern, the epic finale. DC versus Vampires Killers, where they homage the McFarlane cover that he did for like year 2 or something. Immortal Hulk 1. I've got 2 of those. Of course, Superman and the Masters of the Universe in DC Comics Presents, because it was the first time He-Man was in comics, and I think there's like a sneak peek of like Teen Titans or something. Oh no, that's the Green Lantern one. Never mind. This is the first He-Man in comics. And he's got Kanan, the Last Padawan, #1. I found a bunch of issues of that book, too.
How fucking flying here, man.
Oh, yeah. Maybe you shouldn't smoke that stuff before a show.
I mean, dude, it ain't easy.
It's looking awesome, though.
Did you see the thing that Rob Liefeld posted? Kind of going off on like some of the new talent.
Oh, he posted one thing where he was like jumping down fans' throats. Look, Jim just barely gets the comics out. I go, and he's not doing a very good job at that. He has nothing to do with DC television shows or movies. Stop blaming him for the crappy DC movies. He has nothing to do with that.
Well, no, he posted something about letting go a bunch of talent that he had worked with recently. A bunch of new people because they don't have a good work ethic. And, you know, now you can say what you will about Rob Liefeld, and believe me, most of it's pretty warranted. All right, that man does work. Yeah.
Not very well sometimes, but he does. Yeah.
I mean, he's out there hustling.
Like,
yeah. I just
we all bust his chops. It's like, could he not draw the same pouches in the same spots? And this isn't from book to book. This is just from panel to panel.
I'm always going to have a soft spot for him because he lost Youngblood. You know, I mean, I feel bad for him. Granted, whose fault is that? But still.
Mm-hmm. Gee, I wonder. Could it be Jim?
But yeah, he was commenting on just the overall work ethic from some of the new talent that he's worked with, and people were giving him shit over it. They're like, "Fuck you! You can't even draw feet." And it's like, man, just...
So I will go two different ways with this. One, if the new talent are millennials, they don't think they should have to work. Nevertheless, actually show up. Two, could it possibly be because both Marvel and DC... hold on, I got to put this up first. Where is it? There it is. Could it possibly be because Marvel and DC for the last 10 years have done nothing but basically lick the sweat off a dead man's balls? End of rant. And yes, I stole that. I stole that line from Good Morning Vietnam with Robin Williams. And it was Forrest Whitaker's line about Commander Steve and his love of polkas. We have another letter here, sir. It says, goes, Colonel Steve licks the sweat off a dead man's balls. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but it sounds pretty negative to me.
Dude, I may have to go watch Good Morning Vietnam now.
Oh, man. One of my favorite movies ever. Also, you know, kind of sad because, you know, what happens at the end. How they used Robin's character and did stuff to people. But it was kind of cool because it was all based on a true story.
So when I posted the progress pic of this, a buddy of mine shared it, and somebody on his page was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna put that on a shirt."
You put that on a shirt, I'm gonna sue you because it's my original artwork.
Yeah, I promptly chimed in. You can pay me for it. Because Daddy don't work for free.
Mm-hmm. You smoked right through this, huh?
Do what?
You smoked right through this one.
Yeah. Well, I got this new idea. It's called I'm tired of being broke. So I'm going to start fucking making money. Because, I just paid a $1,400 electric bill.
Holy shit.
Yeah. You want to know why? Oh, I'll tell you. Because, during COVID, I racked up a huge ass balance because, I was just getting started with the art business because I had the misfortune of going full-time art right before COVID happened, like literally the month before it happened.
Mm-hmm.
So my electric company was like, "Oh, well, we're not turning anybody off, man. It's pandemic time." So I'm like, "Oh, well, that's great." And then they're like, "Okay, so we're going to start turning people off. You need to call us and make a payment arrangement for your big ass balance." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, well, that's no problem." So they took the big ass balance and they put it on a 12-month payment plan. And I was like, "All right, that's manageable. We can work with that." I did a con one weekend, and of course my payment was due that Friday, and that Friday by 7. But I was at the con at that time, and I called and was like, "Hey, if I need to break away, I can. I really don't want to because I'm trying to make money here at this con. But what do I need to do?" And they're like, "I'll just get it paid before the weekend's over." Shit, ain't gonna tell me twice. But I did have them tell me twice, and I wrote down the name of the person who told me that and the time. So sure enough, I paid it over the weekend, and they turned out to be full of shit because they were going to turn my shit off that Monday. So I called and talked to a supervisor and talked to that supervisor, and got all Karen. And they were like, "Yeah, sure enough, you were told that. So yeah, let's honor that. Let's put you back on this payment plan." Well, Bob's your uncle. It's a 4-month payment plan now instead of 12 months. So my fucking bill went up to $700 a month.
What?
I'm like, holy shit. But at least I still got lights, and I can figure something out. Well, I wrote a check in June to pay my bill, and a invoice for somebody did not come in like it was supposed to. So check bounced. And in July, Entergy was nice enough to tell me that the current July bill and the bounced check money needed to be paid, or they were going to turn my shit off on the 28th. So I moved heaven and earth and got that shit fucking paid. Made a lot of fucking promises for some commission work that, damn. Yeah. Because I mean, I figure I work a little too hard to be this goddamn broke. So that's what I'm doing now. Is I'm going under this assumption that I need to finish 4 originals and sell them a week, so that I can make fucking money. Because I'm tired of being broke, and I'm tired of seeing artists out there who we'll just say are not better than me, making more fucking money than me.
Mm-hmm.
So there we are.
So you're going to explode and sell a bunch more originals.
Well, that's the plan, but you know, there's a few people who were getting like super crazy discounts on prints and stuff because I kind of was like, hey, you know, $10 for a print is better than no dollars for a print, and they were really taking advantage of that. And you know, they were getting like free shipping and you know, $10 a print, and the understanding was it would be that way as long as you were buying like multiple prints. They're, you know, messaging me for like 1 print at $10 with free shipping, and I'm like, that's not really good. Because the shipping itself is like $10, you know, because I don't ship, you know, bullshit. I ship, you know, priority at least. So anyway, that's all cut off, and then you know, the days of this $160 for an 11 by 17 full color original, that shit's over too. Because you know, I'm seeing people who, like I said, are not better than me, selling the same thing for $350, $400. I'm not trying to sound egotistical. I'm just saying, fuck this. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to put all the work that I put into it and do a full color 11 by 17 when your no detail ass is going to put minimal work, minimal detail, do a head and shoulders or a bust shot and charge like $450 for it. Fuck all that. So that's why I went up to $250 to $300 for originals, you know, and we kind of go from there. Because and you know, there's still some people who, you know, have been with me since day one who I'm still gonna, you know, take care of. But I did tell them that theirs has to go up a little bit too. You know. So you know, going to cons and selling shit and all that notwithstanding, I mean, I'm not doing another damn vendor pop-up market bullshit again.
Mm-hmm.
That's not like nerd culture or geek culture or something like that focused. You know, I was doing those ones at the fucking dead ass mall here in Memphis. I did that 2 months in a row, and I think I made $50 for both shows. What? No, yeah, that's fucking clown shoes, man. I'm not doing that. So,
Well, I do have geeky nerdy news to share. That I will pop up on the screen. So I've been telling you about the 50th anniversary of Mego is coming up.
yeah.
This fall. And they just added the first ever Hal Jordan Green Lantern to the line for the 50th anniversary. So this is the line that's on pre-order right now. It's going to have all the 70s styling.
Oh my God.
They're going to get a real You're going to get a real Superman, not Superman with his underwear on the inside. And yes, as you noticed, it is removable cowl Batman. It is removable mask Robin. I wish they had done the removable mask on Hal Jordan because that would have been cool as hell. But and then there's Superman, Shazam, and Green Lantern for the first. This is the first time they've done this on the World's Greatest Superhero Line, WGSH. The only downside to this is the other half of this was all the Marvel characters, which, of course, no way in hell Disney would let that go.
Oh, but if they did, it would be so great.
Disney wouldn't let it go. If they let it go and let them do it like as a one-time thing, they would be like, $50 a piece because of what they would want for licensing fees.
No, you're right. You're right.
And I still have an original Mego Spider-Man, but my Mego Spider-Man was made when they were running out of parts. So his hands aren't red; they're actually white. Because Whitey ruins everything. But these are all coming in the boxes as shown here, like the old window boxes in the 70s, like late 60s, early 70s. This is like before I even started getting into them, like around 74. Because I was like,
are these going to be a Target exclusive or something?
I have ways of ordering them.
Okay.
I go through a guy that I met online back in like 2018, and then met in person with the creator of Migos, Marty Abrams, and Dr. Mego, and a few other high-end people in the business that were at their table. I was the reason that Marty was able to reenact the together photo with Neil Adams like they did in the 60s, because Neil did the original box artwork for these.
Oh, wow.
Way back when. So there was a picture back in right around the time I was born, probably around 69, 70, 71, with Marty and Neil with their arms around each other taking a picture, way younger. And
sure.
Then in 2019, I told Marty, he was telling like a story and about the box art and everything. I go, these would look cool in the, if you got like the smaller figures and Star Trek ones, like in the boxes too. He goes, yeah. He goes, back in the day, Neil Adams did the original superhero art on the boxes was all done by him, and like the paintings on the cards with the faces and the circles, that was all him. I go, he's here, right? He is? Where? I go, well, go right down this lane until you're almost at the door to exit this big room, and he's right there on your right hand side just before you hit the doors. So he went down there. They had like a photo op happen, and they reunited. Hadn't seen each other in years, I guess.
That's awesome.
But that's what happens when you stop hiring Neil to do work. You all of a sudden don't see him anymore.
Yeah.
But they've made a few different Shazams. Some company, not the card people, Tops, but a store called Tops, I guess is like in the Midwest, and they've got an exclusive deal with Mego, and they've gotten like all kinds of exclusive superhero versions, villains versions, Planet of the Apes figures.
I'm going to be getting these because I played with that shit when I was a kid, man.
But will you take them out of the box and play with them again?
Huh?
But will you take them out of the box and play with them again?
That's a no. Oh, fuck! That reminds me. I forgot to tell you what I got for my birthday.
What's her name?
No, that would be nice, but no. Yeah, no. It's hurting. No.
I call her Lefty.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah. Ranger. No, I got a crow.
Nice.
Yeah, my two kids who were at home but still working were like, "Hey, Dad really wants one of these." They found one on eBay for $30. They fucking ordered it, and package is a tiny bit nicked, but still looking good.
Well, mine's a lot nicked, and she found this one hanging on the hook at the store, which means it was probably handled by like a zillion people, so I won't put a black light near any of it. But we paid $40 for this one out of the store, so you got a good deal.
That is great. And I'm still going to look for another one just because.
I want to open it up and play with it.
Huh?
Because I want to open it up and play with it.
I do. I kind of do, but this one I'm getting signed by Mr. O'Barr.
Yeah, I got to send you some stuff to get signed by him.
Yes, you do. Because I've made it clear to the kids who are helping me at MCX. I'm like, look, I am going to get his fucking signature. Jim Starlin will be there too. And so will Mark Wade. So, and Capullo, Gilpion, and Snyder will be there.
Yeah, O'Barr's good. I have. I think I showed you. I've got Starlin's autograph on a print that's out of his personal portfolio that he did of Thanos versus Hulk. And yes, I got it because of Hulk. But still.
Hey, I started a line out on a new Hulk piece the other night. So, that might be what we do for next week's show.
Cool. I've got to scan them with my CLZ app to see if they're what I think they are. But I found two books that look a lot like Jason Aaron's Jane Foster Thor 1 and 2.
Oh, shit.
But the number 1 seems to be a gatefold cover. And I looked it up on CLZ, and CLZ is not listing the gatefold cover of number 1.
So what do you think, man?
I think this looks pretty badass, dude.
I think it is looking great. I almost don't want to put the thing on the back, on the wall behind him.
The spray paint.
Yeah,
I kind of like it just like this.
Yeah. Well, man.
Thanks for the clap. I hope you don't get it.
We are done.
It's signed. There you go. One lucky person has this as the original.
My good friend Miss Jen Webb has this. I will be scanning and sending this off to the print shop because I think this needs to be prints. I think it'll look cool as fuck.
Oh, yeah. This is badass. So until next Monday, I'm the voice behind what? Behind absolutely nothing. I just sit here and talk and press buttons. And Sean.
Without you, there is no show.
Well, yeah, it's because you haven't bothered to learn how to use the thing because you're too busy working. So
You're not
eventually one day I will teach thee how to do it so you can make your Patreon videos and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I like getting together with you once a week like this.
Yeah. Not more than once a week, just once a week. That's good.
Yeah, that's all I can take.
That's all I can take of you because, man, you're a lot.
Well, I've at Office Depot this week, so I'm going to go back to 2 days a week very soon because it occurred to me that I was, missing money from this. So, yeah.
Oh, I got a new line. I got a new pickup line for Mac.
Oh,
he can ask a girl, "Do you know how much a polar bear weighs?" And when she says no, you can say, "Just enough to break the ice. How you doing? I'm Mac."
I'm sure he will be. That's funny. There's a little girl who lives next door to us. She's in his spotlight class, and she loves him. I'm like, dude, you need to go talk to her. He's like, nah. It's like, I got to stop letting him watch TikToks.
You can only string them along for so long when you're young and good looking, and then they will find like 30 other guys that are young and good looking. One of which
for sure
will not string them along. Well, for more than a day.
Yeah. He's picked up so much TikTok dialogue, it's not even funny.
Yeah.
Like I heard him playing video games with the other boys the other day, and he's just, "You will put some respect on my name." And I'm just like, okay, this kid.
You can put some respect in that voice, or I'll knock it out of you.
Well, I don't care if he talks shit to his brothers.
just not to people out on the street because they will slap.
Not
to you and not to people on the street because.
For sure.
It's like, what's wrong with kids nowadays? Well, they don't spend enough time picking their teeth up off the sidewalks.
Yeah. And like I said, I never had to, but it's not because I'm opposed to it. I just never had to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which I am fortunate for.
Oh, I got my ass beat a bunch of times. Never got any teeth knocked out. Funny thing, though, during my coma, they took all my teeth, but the ones that needed to come out.
Nice.
And one of those, I go in for oral surgery on the 30th. So the one on my left-hand side that is really bad, that because all my wisdom teeth are impacted, but there's one on the left-hand side up top that chipped off on a very sharp angle, and slowly over the years apparently has cut its way through my gum line and now just keeps stabbing me on the inside of my cheek.
That is lovely.
So
I had a molar come loose a couple of years ago, and like, okay, well, I'll just take care of it eventually, and then I lost insurance. So, the time the thing's starting to give me a little shimmy shake, I just got pissed off at it. Took a couple of good shots of Jack and pulled that bitch out myself. Not recommended. Because
I was just about to ask you, how many shots of Jack? Because I can guarantee you it wasn't enough.
no, it wasn't. But also, you know, the more shots you take, the thinner your blood is.
And the more you bleed.
Yeah.
I know, because I'm on the blood thinners.
Yeah. And the fun part is when you're midway through it and you start thinking, no, I don't have to do this. I'm just not going to. But you're committed.
It's too far. You've gone too far already.
Yeah. You have reached the point of no return. There is no backing out. So, yeah, I'm missing a molar on my left side. And yeah. But I live in Mississippi, so it's okay. You're not one of the cool kids if you're not missing some teeth.
It was a bad judgment call, but now I have Mississippi camo.
Yep.
It's scary how much I look like Vincent Price's character of Egghead from the Batman TV show right now. Somebody shit out an egg. It landed on Will's shoulders.
I'm telling you, you know, I'm still kind of marveling that that damn Batman 66 that I finished hasn't sold yet. I thought that one would go for sure.
If some of my shit sells, then that will sell.
Oh, well.
By the meaning,
That's good.
If that shit sells, then I will use that money, some of that money, to buy yours.
Well, I appreciate that. I will certainly take care of you on that one. Because you've been with me since pretty much day one. So, and like I said, without you, there'd be no show. So I owe you quite a bit.
I look a lot better like this guy. That's right. It's the Burger King cup topper of him, but I don't have his double.
I've got a big fig of him, like an 18-inch Darth Maul.
But technically, not including the animated series, technically this is movie accurate. So I got the top half.
Very true.
You know, so
I kind of want to that voice actor too, Sam Witwer. Yeah. Oh, Greg Baldwin's going to be an MCX, the guy that finished Avatar as Uncle Iroh when Mako passed away.
I saw there was some Avatar news the other day. Oh, that's right. Todd has the license for the Avatar figures too.
Yeah, they all look pretty good except for Aang.
Yeah, I was like, no, I will sit down and watch the movie for 3 hours. I will not spend any money on the Avatar figures. I'm sorry. They look cool, but I can just save photos of them in my digital photo book and be like, oh, let's look at them this way. I don't have to dust them. I can't say that about a lot of the stuff that I have, but some of it.
I've got 2 Funko Pops from Avatar. I got Toph and Uncle Iroh. Oh no, shit! I have Aang too. I have him on the little air ball that he rides on.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah. Oh fuck! I have Ty Lee too. Shit! I have 4.
I opened up the Wizard boxes, one that was just like lying around, and they called it the Comic-Con box. And it had the very first Wonder Woman pop in there from DC.
I think that might be worth a couple of bucks.
It's like number Wonder Woman, and it's like number 8 or something.
Wow.
So I'm like, oh, if this thing's worth some money, I'm gonna sell it because I had the first Drax and I sold him with a whole bunch of others, making up the original first crew there, and got like 200 doll hairs. So this is the first Wonder Woman. The worst case scenario is I trade her to somebody else for a bunch of ones that I want, like a glow in the dark Crow.
Jesus. There's a glow in the dark Crow.
There's a glow. It was a Hot Topic exclusive. There's a glow in the dark Eric Draven Crow.
Well, that's how I didn't know about it, because I don't go into Hot Topic anymore.
Because we don't fit into anything in Hot Topic anymore, and we feel dirty when we look at the sales girls. So
I don't feel dirty.
You got to send Dominic into Hot Topic when you're at the mall with your friends. Go into Hot Topic, see if they have any cool pops. Video call and let me look at them, and I'll tell you which ones to get me.
That's why I keep doing this. These events over at Black Lodge, man. I've done two nerd themed events there, and I make money at those, so that's the real reason. But it's like goth cuties all over the place. I'm just like, shit, man. Why can't I be 20 again?
Why can't I? Because this is just killing me. I'm like, I have a CD case from when I was DJing, and it's one of the big aircraft cases, and it holds 5 rows of CDs.
Nice.
I used to pick that thing up from my side and lift it this way, and the bottom would like bounce off my thigh while I was walking with it, so I didn't drop it. But I would hold it up. I can't even pick it up now.
Yeah.
It's a terrible thing. It sucks getting old. But on that note, we're going to jump out of here. You and I will keep talking afterwards.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm looking at starting to go back to the